Hi, YouTube. We're not really here for you, but hello. Right now, I just need to mute this here because it plays over. I'm actually going to copy the link and put it in the chat today, just for the off chance that anybody wants to share it, then we can. I'm just going to dump it in the chat straight away before we even start the show. So, hi, Mary, there you're there. We can see you now. Nice one. Hello, hello. So I've just shared the link to the YouTube live of what's going on there now. If anybody cares to share it, it can only help you guys. So now I'm going to start the show by the main recording. So 1, 2, I'm going to keep everyone muted though first. 1, 2, 3. Hi, and welcome to the 1010 EDM podcast, volume 1. Tonight we'll have at least 10 artists featuring one EDM track. I've got a co-host today from the Netherlands, young VB. He's going to take the mic after I introduce my first friend, the only person VB doesn't know on the show today. We've been helping him for a couple of years now, on and off a little bit. Gil Vassa from Belgium, could you introduce yourself? Who are Critics Music and what's the story behind your song Alive? Gil? There's no audio, brother. There's no audio. No audio. Test your audio, get your audio on, and then I'll start that again. But yeah, the mic's gone. No mic. Nope. I'm going to stop the recording and we'll just start it again, just for that simple reason there. It's pointless if we put that in. So, Gil, your mic worked a minute ago. It worked before.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a muted mic icon, so it must not be seeing his microphone.
Yeah. Signal's bad, brother. Your signal's bad. Can we hear you? It's your earphones. If you plugged in earphones or anything into the output, it messes up at mic inputs. Dude, we'll come back to you when you've got a we'll come back to you when your microphone's working. I'm going to start the show and introduce you first, VB. All right? There's always a way, but yeah, I don't know what happened because the microphone worked a second ago. Right, okay, we're just going to start the recording again. And Gil, once your mic works, maybe you can leave the room and come back. X-Ray's also here. Nice one, brother. Nice one, dude. So we'll start this show here. 1, 2, 3. Hi, and welcome to the first ever episode of the 1010 EDM show. Tonight, we've got 10 artists featuring one track each, with my co-host, VB, who I'm going to introduce first. VB, could you introduce yourself? Who is VB? And what's the story behind your song, Just Friends?
Yeah, I'm VB. I'm from the Netherlands. The story about my track, Just Friends, is quite short, but funny. It was actually the first track that I produced that I was quite happy about it, and I got quite a lot of streams with it. And it was one of the tracks that motivate me to make more music and professional my music and getting better.
Well, it's an absolute belter of a song, a great way to start the show. If you don't know this track, you're going to love it. Just Friends by VB. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
I think we're better as just friends. I think you talk a lot and that just bothers me. I think we're better as just friends. I think you talk a lot and that just bothers me. I think we're better as just friends. I think you talk a lot and that just bothers me. I think we're better as just friends. I think you talk a lot and that just bothers me. bothers me. I think we're better as just friends. I think you talk a lot and that just bothers me. Better as just friends. I think you talk a lot and that just bothers me. I think we're better as just friends. I think you talk a lot and that just bothers me.
Absolutely brilliant track to open up the show. Just wonderful, wonderful, VB. What do you have in the pipeline? Have you got any other projects that you're doing anytime soon?
Yeah, at the moment I'm mixing and mastering 2 songs that I finished last year, and at the moment I started to work on new music. So it will take time, but it will be eventually there.
Nice one, dude. Well, let's go ladies first for compliments. Mary, and then we'll go Marky and then Kurt.
Well, that was definitely a good intro. I really liked the track, Bibi, and the perfect song for a night out for the club. I really liked it, and particularly I liked the voice, the effects you have on the voice, and yeah, that kind of voice reminds me like great singers like Craig David, you know, and this kind of 2-step garage, that kind of style, R&B influences. I really liked it. Good job.
Thank you.
Well said. Marky, then Kurt.
I was really digging it. I like Mary. I like the vibe that you had going on that vocal. The background music was fantastic. You obviously know what you're doing, and obviously you need to put out some more because that is really good stuff. Way to go.
Thank you.
Yep, right on.
Well
There
said,
will be
Mark.
enough coming soon.
Nice one. Kurt, and then Matt.
Yeah, VB was actually the one that got me turned on to TTP, so appreciate that. And yeah, we've been friends for probably over a year or more, I guess. So I kind of have special access to all his stuff, and I heard this a while back, I guess, when he was wrapping it up. So yeah, great song, great arrangement, great mix, great use of the vocals and all that stuff. So yeah, it's probably fairly challenging to get these package vocals and then have to, like, you know, sometimes figure out the right chord progression and all the structure that needs to come underneath those so they work with the music, and maybe they need, you know, timing, tuning, automating, all that stuff too. I don't know how much TLC they need, but yeah, good stuff.
Well said, dude.
Thank you.
Matt, then AIM, then X-Way. Sam, actually. Matt, what's your thoughts on that track, bro?
Fantastic track. Great drops, great risers, just in the right place. Like the vocals as well. And if they are really stock vocals, then you really did a great job in putting them into your song in
Thank you.
a good way. May I ask you what kind of DAW are you using to create the music?
I'm using FL Studio, and for the sound I use a lot of Serum. I think like almost 95% of the sounds in Soundwave are from Serum.
Very good. Excellent usage. Yeah, great song. Thank you.
Well said. And for the organising purposes, Gil, could you test your microphone now? And if it's fine, we'll put you on next and back to the same order. Gil, could you test your microphone? And if you heard any of that track, what did you think of it? But I don't know if you heard much. Gil Vasa?
Hello, okay? You
Yeah,
understand?
we hear you now.
Yeah.
Did you
okay,
hear-
Perfect.
Did you hear much of VB's song there? Did you hear it?
No, not yet.
Well,
I
we'll
just
make sure
arrived.
we'll make sure that you see it in the article, but we'll get you up next then. So that's fine.
Okay.
AIM then X-Way. What's your thoughts here, guys?
Hi. Well, sorry. First of all, it's not AIM, it's LM. It's an L. So it's just-
Alan.
Alan.
yes.
Well,
yes.
I'm sorry, Alan. Right, Alan. Right,
Alan.
Gil,
It's
it's
fine.
my first time meeting you today. You're one of VB's guests, so please excuse me. Please excuse me, dude.
It's fine. It's fine. Completely understandable. It's hard to put it out in small letters. I actually one of his guests as well, his neighbor actually. So hi. Yeah, I really liked it. Speaking of the composition, the chord progression and how you layered everything as it went along, the way it built up was really good. I especially loved when the whistle synth came in towards the end to just soften it a bit. I think it was a really solid arrangement. Good job, man.
Yeah, I really like to add the whistle at every second part of the drop. I think like almost 80% of the songs I have, I use like the same trick, but I mess around with different layers. So it will be a whistle, but I will combine it with something else to make it a bit different.
Thanks.
Well said, brother. Yeah, and you're actually like live up and above. You live above them, don't you? So you're very, very close neighbours. Sam, what's your thoughts? And tell us your location, Sam, so I can add it into your
Oh
name.
yeah. So Dutch invasion. Talk about Dutch invasion because I mean, yeah, I don't know what's are you actually in Amsterdam or?
We in The Hague.
Oh, okay. Because like, yeah, like with all these Dutch producers over the years for EDM, I mean, yeah, everything that has to do with literally like the two big names that come to mind are always Tiesto and Martin Garrix. For the specific techniques that you're just aiming for. Actually, you're very, you have done. It's more than just research. It's like the methodology behind those mixing techniques. It's just right. I mean, you can see it. Everything from the percussion, the sidechain, the synths. I'm actually surprised that it's a lot of Zerum, and even the vocals. Like, is I don't know. It still gives me that bit of the modern Tiesto vibe as well for the vocals specifically, right? And then part of the, especially the whistle and the style of you know how the bass goes and everything does also remind me of a lot of Martin Garrix. Now, again, I don't want to just compare you to literally the greatest ones of all times, but yes, just like LM said, right? The composition is good. It's right on the pocket for modern EDM. You're on track. I mean, at least I struggle with maybe not keeping up with the latest of the sounds. You are, and when I mean with sounds, I mean methodology, like technique, when it comes to mixing. So you're right up there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well said, dude. Oh, there's Tim, the global director. Would you like to say anything to VB before we get on to critics' music section? Tim?
Yeah, I thought the song was very upbeat, very catchy. I don't know a whole lot about EDM, but that, like I said, that was very upbeat and very catchy. So good job.
Thank you.
Well said, Tim. Well said, everyone. So VB, thanks for being a marvellous first guest. VB, co-host of the show. One love, brother. Till the next time. Thank you. Cheers. So coming up next from Belgium, represented by Gil Vasa, could you tell us who are Critics Music and what's the story? Why did you write the song Alive? Yeah?
Yes, Jill the Return. Hi, everybody. Critics Music is an electropop project born 6 years ago in Binge, in Belgium. A number of sentimental themes are explored, include friendzone, breakups, but also rebirths and hope. And then Alive, it's a positive and catchy track, the cry of a 50-year-old man who never really found his place within the world in which he lives, never satisfied with his life. He decided to change his view and make the most of each day, to find truth and really within the music that we still electro. It's more festive than the other track from Critics Music. And I want to claim the right to feel alive, simply.
It is absolutely wonderful. You've got about 130,000 views on YouTube in this track. I've been listening to it for a long time now. You were wanting to feature most latest track, but I said to Gil, let everyone hear Alive first, you know, just Alive by Critics Music. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. It's awesome.
Often I feel alone. I'm certain that I am different. Where can I find sincerity? I'm told to listen to voices of reason, but they're just lies and poison. I search for a life where love's not a game, where my mind is free, detached from the pain. I search for a world that gives me a sound that feeds my soul, 'cause I'll be alive. Makes me wanna stay awake, meet the people I wanna be. I do what I wanna do, oh, and there ain't no one to tell me. I search for a life where love's not a game, where my mind is free, detached from the pain. I search for a world that gives me a sound that feeds my soul, 'cause I'll be alive. Not a game, where my mind is free, detached from the pain. I search for a world that gives me a sound that beats my soul, 'cause I'll be alive. I'll be alive. I am alive. 'Cause I'll be alive. 'Cause I'll be alive. 'Cause I'll be alive.
Critics Music, if you didn't know already, just fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful track. Love you to bits, bro. Welcome back to the family. You were away for a year. I didn't speak to you for about a year or something, and you just surprisingly come back in, and I'm really happy to see you back here, especially when we're doing the big shows now. So just wonderful. Let's work our way around. VB, you're the next guest. Actually, you're going to be introducing from now on, so you can go the last compliment here. Let's start down the bottom. Sam and then Mary. Sam, what was your thoughts there on Critics Music?
Was the guitar real or fake? Because I couldn't tell.
Not real, no.
It wasn't real, so it was perfectly crafted. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The only thing that kind of gave it away, I'm like, is that a comfortable thing for to do the guitar, right? That was kind of like the only thing. Maybe not, maybe not. So
How did you?
actually, I don't play guitar, but I do play piano really well. So that's kind of how I
Yeah.
know. And so yes, it nails down the whole. I don't know what the label is for it, for something that is like, it is, beat driven, but it's still, I keep talking about Tiesto, but something that you would see in the Tiesto After Hours, right? That kind of style. I don't know what the label may be, and it's very clean, right? It leaves plenty of room for the vocals on the higher frequencies,
Mhm.
so that's really nice. And in regards to volume control and compression is like right, just stable, right?
Yes.
So I can see that you put some work into that as well. So it's nice. It's a really good vibe that a lot of people are looking for. So yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well said over in Texas. Now, Mary in Germany, then Al M in the Netherlands.
Yeah, Jill was a great track. I had that kind of, summer feeling, and that was really, really pleasant. I loved the guitar sound and the mood, the rhythm, the beat, and the voice, the lyrics was a really nice concept. The sound was really round. I liked it a lot. Really nice production.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well said, Mary. So Al M and then Matt, also in Germany.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say you're probably gonna get the same comments all across the board. It was really nice. Loved the lyrics, the vocals, the balance, everything was really there. And that guitar, I'm very kind of want to ask how you made that guitar because it sounded so good. And yeah, overall, I really did like it as well. So good job.
Thank you very much.
Well said. Matt, then Marky, then Kurt.
Yeah, so you actually have a message in the lyrics, which doesn't happen that often in EDM music, right? I mean, compare this to How Much Is the Fish by H.P. Baxter, right? And then you actually have a whole message in the lyrics, which fits so nicely into the music. And I have to say, if you don't listen to the lyrics, it's a super happy song, right? But if you actually read up the lyrics, and thanks for having them in the video, it actually makes you think, right? And so who is that person who sings that song, right? Is that really a happy person? And I think it's just a fantastic job you did on this to fit those lyrics in there and give them a message. And the guitars, same thing, got me here.
Okay.
I mean, I was like, is that a real guitar? Anyway, it sounds great. So yeah, very nice, very, very nice song. I really loved it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well said. Marky, Kurt, and then Tim.
So like Matt was saying, it's a music with a message, and it was really deep and rich. I love that. I love the fact that the vocals fit inside the music so well, so you could hear the vocals. That was excellent. And then I think when Sam was talking, the words that came to mind as I was listening was EDM and pop kind of mixed, It kind of felt a little like that. And that's a compliment. It was really cool to see how that pop vocal sound fit inside that EDM mix. And then you could hear everything. And did you write the song as well?
Write the song? Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Thank
Way
you.
to go. Yeah,
I
good
didn't
job.
sing. I'm not the singer.
Okay, great job. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To be very honest, you hear that I'm not fluent in English. Then my brother-in-law is based in London, and then I work the text in French, and I work with him to translate perfectly in English the words. But in the beginning, it's a text in French.
Got it. Fantastic work. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We have another couple of wonderful artists in Belgium, especially B. Astri. You would love her. She's amazing. She's got blue hair, and she's in Belgium, and she couldn't make it tonight, but I'm sure you'll meet her soon. Kurt, Tim, then VB.
Yeah, great lead vocal, man. I love that kind of tenor pop kind of sound. I always wish my voice was a little higher toned when I sing. But now, who is your singer? How did you find him, or tell us about your lead singer?
The singer Stefan from London, and I found him on Fever. What's this? I don't remember. It's not Fever, it's the other on another platform.
Like
I don't know.
Upwork.com or something like that, or soundbetter.com or something.
Yes.
Now, how I've used people from there before for background vocals. How brutal was it producing a lead vocal like that?
Sorry, I don't understand.
How hard was it producing his vocal remotely?
Our work.
Yeah, how hard was that? Because I would think that producing his lead vocal remotely would have been really difficult.
Then very difficult for us to translate the text with my brother-in-law in English. And then I have many work studio when I receive the voice, because it's not very easy.
But yeah, great background vocals. I like how, you had some extra stuff in your arrangement to spice up that final chorus. It was catchy, it was mixed well, the level of the vocal versus the music is good. I always tend to find that my programmers start off with music too loud, vocal too quiet, and we have to rebalance. So, but you hit that perfectly. And I'm glad you put some delays in there on the vocal. That's always nice. And oh yeah, please put your website in the chat so we can look up your socials and follow you and hear the rest of your music and stuff. How many albums do you have, or how much music do you have under your belt?
Albums, only one.
Oh, the one song?
Yes. Oh no, one album.
Okay.
10 songs.
Okay. So yeah, please. Yep, give us your info in the chat so we can check out your stuff.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
But yeah, great job.
Well said, and welcome KLJ. She's back showing her wee face. She's much better. Nice to see you, Darren. So before you go, Tim, IIX in Bangladesh is not on camera, but he's still here. IIX, would you like to compliment before we forget about you because you're not on the camera? IIX.
Well, extremely sorry because I'm having network issues here. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, when you go, sorry, I just had to start the recording. I'll merge it together. So continue from IIX's comment and you go, brother, please.
Can you repeat? I didn't got what you have said.
That's okay. The recording stopped, so I just started it again there. So yeah, just continue with your comment, please, bro.
I can't hear you. Can you repeat? I'm sorry.
It's okay if the signal's so bad, bro. We'll just continue. Sorry, dude. Tim Consley, then VB, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, that song did have a message, and I really liked the message in it. It was very good. The music was good too. It was all great. Reminds me of a Christian artist here in the States. Mark Alewine probably knows who I'm talking about.
I'm having problems here. Give us 2 seconds and we'll continue. Just talk away then out, Tim, for 1 second, please.
Okay. Mark, you probably know who I'm talking about. Toby Mac.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it kind
reminds me quite a bit of his
feel.
music.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I've been to 2 or 3 concerts of his. Actually, I have a friend who is his manager. So, but yeah, that's what it reminded me of. And he has great upbeat music behind him, and he'll call. Of course, all his songs have a message to them. So I thought your song was great.
Thank you.
Right, so we'll continue this. I've managed to delete a little bit of something there. I'm very sorry about this, but we'll edit it back in. So I'll just introduce Tim's comment and then I'll edit it for there, right? So, hi there, and Tim Consley in Indiana, what's your thoughts on Critics music?
Yes, I really liked the message that was in it. I thought it was a super uplifting message. I liked the music too. The music was really good. Reminded a Christian artist here in the States. His name is Toby Mac. And he's great. I've seen him in concerts 2 or 3 times because, well, I'm friends with his manager. So anyway, but I thought the song was excellent. Very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well said.
You're
So
welcome.
KLG, she's just unmuted herself. Kirsty and then VB.
Hey,
And
Gil, nice to see you. And welcome everyone. I'm really enjoying the show so far. And I know all the music that's going to be played tonight is fantastic. But Gil, it's great to have you back again. I've loved that song. First time we heard it a little while ago, so I'm glad everyone can hear that. And whenever I do hear it, it does make me want to have a little dance. So yeah, that's the whole point of dance music. So you're doing the right job.
Thank you.
I said, Dave. VB, what's your thoughts here? Before you go, though, I'm just going to let everyone know there's only 8 artists tonight, so we'll go a little bit longer than we usually do, but there's only 8 people because our other co-host is so ill, she couldn't really manage to organise her side of it, so poor catcher, she's really ill at the moment, so there's only 8 artists, in case you think, how long will this go? There's only 8 of you tonight, all right? So, VB, what's your thoughts here before you take the mic, brother?
Yeah, I really love the song. I really love like the EDM pop style for sure. The intro was quite chilly. The vocals were quite nice. The effect on the hook was quite good. The build up to the drop was quite nice. I love the drop. Like I said, I'm quite a fan of EDM pop as well. To be honest, if I search for vocals, the first category where I search is EDM pop. Yeah, all in all, a good song. One small tip in the intro, like the snap, it's a bit loud and a bit harsh. So maybe if it's a bit smoother, it could make the song even more better.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But
Well
that's
said.
a bit personal taste, maybe. But yeah, I noticed it, so I think I gave it back to you.
I love it. I love it how it says even betterer. And
I think as well, what people comment in the chat, I think it will be quite interested indeed to see the version in French, to record it with the French lyrics.
Yeah. So well said, everyone. That's been a great round. Critics music, Gil Vassa. Till the next time, brother. Thank you, dude. Absolute belter of a song there. Thank you. So
Thank you.
now I'm going to pass the mic over to my co-host, VB, who's going to
Perfect.
introduce the next 6 guests of the evening. So, VB, you take the mic, brother.
Yes, for our first we have Invitable with Kurt, the song Utopia. Kurt, what can you tell us about your song?
Let's see. So just a little background on me. I'm Kurt. I'm one of the 2 main members of the band Inevitable. We do dance, trance, and electropop music. We are based out of Nashville, and my bandmate is based out of Indiana. And let's see, I've been singing, writing, and producing dance music for about 25 years. The song you'll hear today is the edits, because I didn't want to put you guys through the full 5.5+ minute version. The edits of Utopia, which Samuel, their ex-way, actually programmed and mixed this with me. Long time ago, gosh, I think we started in 2020. It was the first song for this album, and it's finally a single. So it's a cover and some of you CCM guys may remember the Swedish band Adina Dahl from the 80s. So this is a cover of a song from their 1989 record. There are also 2 remixes available out there, and the full album came out last July. let's see. Oh yeah, please follow us at Spotify. All the links to our socials are on the bottom of our webpage. I've got my web link right there. So if you scroll to the bottom, all of our social links are there. Trying to get that Spotify follower base up. I am also looking to invite some folks to remix our last single, which is coming out in a few months. And it's called I Can't Help Fall in Love. And I'll put some information about that in the main chat. So if you're interested in doing that, we would love to get some remixes to go to radio. It's already been remixed by Seventh Heaven, who's remixed Britney Spears and Jason Derulo and Pink and Ariana Grande and all that. But I want to get some more remixes done to send alongside his to radio. So I'll put some information about that in the chat in a bit. But anyway, so here's the edit of Utopia, and thanks to Samuel for his TLC on making that song happen.
What a wonderful introduction there, brother. Inevitable with Utopia.
I'm looking for a dream world. Hey, hey, I was in a country where the water tastes like wine and the air was clean like an endless stream. The people loved each other, everybody lived in peace. They were all for one, they were one for all. Utopia, I'm looking for a dream world. Utopia, the way it should be, it isn't what it seems. It begins with yourself, it is more than a dream. All the generations and races side by side live in harmony. Life had quality. They learned the laws of nature, felt the balance firm and strong. A respect for all. I heard my conscience call. Utopia, I'm looking for a dream world. Utopia, the way it should be, it isn't what it seems. It begins with yourself, it is more than a dream. Visions of a dream world. Can you see it in your mind? Utopia, I'm looking for a dream world. Utopia, the way it should be, it isn't what it seems. It begins with yourself, it's more than just a dream. Utopia, I'm looking for a dream world. Utopia, it should be, it isn't what it seems. It begins with yourself, it's more than just a dream. I'm looking for Utopia. Whoa, whoa. Where is my Utopia? Hey, hey, hey. Looking for Utopia.
Absolutely wonderful. Just brilliant, Kirk. Kurt, I say Kirk. Get you mixed up with Kirk for QFX. So, Kirk, dude, you're absolutely wonderful, man. I love you to bits. And just, it's great, a pleasure to know you. Such a professional. You've been doing it for a long time. As much as you look like a young man, he's been doing this game for a while now, hasn't he, Kurt?
Yeah.
So magnificent. I'll pass the mic back to VB, and he can do the round robin. But I'll just get the first comment in. Great track.
Yeah, I really love the song. I heard it before as well. I think what you told before is that you can hear like the old style. If you pay attention, you really hear that. I love as well the drop is super nice. The intro is good. The vocal and the track mixed quite good. Yeah, well done. What can I say?
Yeah, thanks. I really love the build up on the long version, but I didn't want you guys to have to wait so long on that version. It's an amazing thing. So you can look it up on YouTube or whatever and hear the whole long thing. And Samuel and I, like we were talking, like he was mentioning with Gil, we didn't have a great fake guitar, and I wanted some guitar in there, so we used that Spanish or the 12-string guitar. We used the 12-string guitar as close as we could get. I don't think that guitar piece is in the edit.
Are you talking? Wasn't it the other song you're talking about, Gemini?
Oh, maybe it was the other song. Yeah, but they did love "Let's Go Back." That was the first song that ever premiered on TTP. Was "Let's Go Back," and they went nuts over that one. So Samuel did the initial round of programming on my first single I did with TTP way back last year, and then another guy in Russia kind of finished it up. So.
Well said, well said. So VB, welcome. Katch has managed to make it. She's very ill at the moment, but thanks you for coming, darling. It's good to see that you're actually alive. We've been worried about you. Katja, welcome to the room. VB, just do the round robin. Just ask everyone to get their comment, and that's all you really have to do now, brother. So,
yes,
yeah.
Perfect. Matt, what is your thoughts about the song?
You mean me?
Yeah.
Ah, good. So the first few bars, I thought Pet Shop Boys. It totally was like, this is a Pet Shop Boy kind of rhythm and music and everything. So I totally love it. It's great. I thought that the instruments could have been a little bit louder. Maybe it's my speakers here. But I would have loved the music to come out a bit more, but that's just a minor thing. I mean, in general, great song, and again, great lyrics. It seems to be the evening of the great lyrics. And I loved it because, as I said, it has this 80s vibe, Pet Shop Boy thing, and I'm a great Pet Shop Boy fan. So you made me happy tonight.
Well, thanks. Yeah, the original came out in '89, and that band that originally performed it is like a pop rock band. So, yeah, I could see them falling into the Pet Shop Boys kind of bucket a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, you did it justice, right? With the instrumentation and the drums and everything. It really fantastic. Thanks for giving me
it was at the top of my covers list, and I really wanted to put a lot of love into that song. But when I talked to the band recently, we did a Zoom call for some content for my YouTube channel, and the two of the three guys of the four from the band that we got on the Zoom call, the two that wrote it, the main one was like, I had to go back and look that song up. I forgot that I wrote that. But it's been 30 years or whatever, so.
Yeah, thanks.
Perfect. Mary, what is your thoughts about the song of Kurt?
Yeah, I know his music, Kurt. I've heard already something from you, and I really liked it. And you love melodies, and I see your vocals. It's really. I love the arrangement, and yeah, it was really pleasant. I really liked it.
Yeah, thanks. I'm a big melody guy. I'm like, if I'm doing a cover, it's got to be really catchy.
You're a melodist. I recognize that. I like the beat, strong, sounds that are there, but at the same time, you know, you can be also very melodic, and yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well said.
Gail, what is your thoughts about the song?
I really love the track because the production is very varied and very melodic, and the atmosphere really invites to travel. The vocal is sincere with beautiful moments of intensity. I really love it. Good job.
Thank you. It's funny you say that because my bandmate said, I went and listened to the old original the other day before that call we had with the band, and they were kind of laid back on their vocal, and you know, you had us like pound it and really give some energy to it. I was like, oh, I guess we did.
Well said, Gil.
See, Tim, what is your thoughts about the Kurt song?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The lyrics were very good. The harmony in that was just spot on. It was just awesome. Good upbeat. I thought it was great.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
I'll have to pass that on to my bandmate. I have him do all those harmonies. I can't pick them out.
Yes.
Well said, well said. KLJ, Sam, then Al M. Just do like three names in a row, man. It's easier.
Okay.
Everyone. KLJ, Sam, then Al M. I'll give you a head start. Welcome to the show. Amir Ali Siasi in California, hip hop star, over here to take in some EDM music. Welcome, brother. Love you, man. So yeah, let's go. KLJ, Sam, then Al M.
Hi, Kurt. Good to
Hey, haven't
see
seen you
you.
in forever. Good to see you.
I haven't seen you in a little while. Yeah, I've got to just say I like the fast like pace of that track. From a dancer's perspective, dancing in the clubs, that would, if I heard that, I'd definitely get up on the dance floor. So that's that's what you want, isn't it? So all your tracks are very upbeat and very like danceable. As well as all the melodies and all the technical side of it. The dancing aspect, I'd get up straight away and have a little boog on the dance floor. So yeah, another smasher. Well done.
Thank you. I've got one ballad coming up for the next single, so I'll whip out a slow
Nice,
song
nice.
eventually.
Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Okay, I was like, oh, I'm supposed to say something about the thing that I was extremely deeply involved with.
It was great.
Now the original song, I was surprised. I mean, yeah, of course, I never heard of that either band or that song, and Kurt showed it to me, and I was like, I don't know, I was already able to imagine what the sound could turn up to be. Of course, as a producer, you can't necessarily nail the sound that you imagine every single time, but this time we kind of did. And also, I'm not an expert in trance music. Kurt keeps saying that, but I don't consider myself an expert in trance music. However, perception, my notion of trance, like in a good sense, right? If I wanted to sort of like internalize, embody that, then that is what I sort of, imagine with it. Like, of course, I couldn't help but using like pretty heavy, like make sure that the low end and the low, the punchiness is like hitting you, right? I mean, it has to cut through. But at the same time, the whole the massive quality of it, I was, as a programmer, I was like, trying my best, right, to aim for that. And you know what? I think it was successful. So I'm glad we got to that point. I mean, it was a good song to do that with, right? Like, it's like it's therefore it kept me inspired enough, right, to have that vision and not forget about that vision throughout the programming process.
And the original band liked it too, so that always helps. They told us.
Well said, well said. I'll just keep you. I'll just keep it. We'll just both do a bit here, VB. Then Marky, then VB can introduce the next guest, who is Al. So Al.
Yeah. What do I continue?
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Only go do it. I'm sorry. Al, sorry. On you go, bro. With your comment, what did you think you cut there?
Yeah, what stuck out to me mostly was honestly the harmonies and the vocals. Like overall, the vocals, how it was produced, the effects were really nice, but towards the end, the harmonies and layering that came in were really catchy. Those are really sweet. Good job.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah, we stole a lot from the original arrangement, but then I did write a few extra little background vocal pieces and tried to make a couple little minor things my own and things like that. So yeah, thank you. It's all devil's in the details, you know, with EDM for sure.
Well said. So just Marky and then VB, you can introduce the next person next. So Marky in Minnesota, what was your thoughts here, bro?
Well, Kurt, we're practically neighbors, but our weather's a lot worse. You know, the harmonies were over the top. They were just incredible. I love how well placed they were. You know, you can get a lot of songs. There's some songs that harmonies fit all the way through, but most of the time harmonies should be there to accent and to enhance and not be the focus, right? And so I thought that was perfect. I don't know. From my perspective, the balance was great. I could hear the vocals. You had two different singers?
We actually had three. It was me and two background singers, and then another local Nashville artist. I forgot to talk about him, Corey Justin Horn. He was the duettist.
Okay.
So we had four. Yeah, we had four. I think I made him sing some background vocals too.
Well, it was fantastic. The vocals were really, really incredible. All of them. So wherever you were singing in that, that's a compliment to you as well.
Thank you.
Really fun, good message. Really, really excellent.
Thank you. Yeah, Samuel, I remember we sat down here in my little home studio and I said, I want to get these vocals fat. You know, we got all these layers, you know, and he said, well, you need to pan some of them this way and some of them this way and some of them this way, you know, and then give me those stacks back, you know, so.
Yeah, right on. Great job.
Well said, everyone. VB, have you got anything final to say to Kurt before we move on to Al?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next music, and I hope you can find a good remixer. Indeed.
Well said. Kurt, and
yeah, I put the info in the chat blank there if anybody's interested. So.
Yeah. Quick, go on to the next guest. We have LM from the Netherlands. LM, can you tell us something about yourself and about your song?
Hi. Yes, I'm the Netherlands, but originally Nigerian. I'm LM, like you've all mentioned over the last hour. I've been a songwriter for mostly, but I recently decided to pursue the artist singer life because it is something I've always wanted to do. Just with my choices, my personal choices tend to be a bit erratic, so it's been hard for me to figure out a specific sound I want to go for. But I recently just stopped caring about that, and this has been a lot easier. So this is slightly different from everything we've heard so far, I'd say, but it's the core parts of dance and EDM is still in there, just with a bit more 80s and a bit more 2010 punk rock mix in there, which is what I like to do. So I hope you like it.
Well, without further ado, Kill the Lights by Al M. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Well off.
Tell me what you wanna do. Maybe take me for your ride. Just you. It feels so good in your every groove. Remembering your every move. Watch me do, see right through. Baby, if you only knew all the brilliant shades of blue and all the things that I could do if not for you or just for you. You love alone, you lose control. You love alone, you lose control. But you turn me on, my baby, just to let me go. To mercy from my soul, my body rock and roll. Let's sing all I know till we both explode. Bring me down from the heaven to your face so low. Kill the lights now, baby. 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 You turn me on, my baby, just to let me go. To mercy from my soul, my body rock and roll. Let's sing all I know till we both explode. Put me down from the heaven to your face so low. You turn me on, my baby, just to let me go. To mercy from my soul, my body rock and roll. Let's sing all I know till we both explode. Put me down from the heaven to your face so low. Kill the lights now, baby.
Everyone. Wonderful, bro. Just love it, love it, love it. I'm going to listen to much more of your stuff there. And I've just one before you go, VB. I wonder if the newbies would like to say anything. Amir Ali Siasi over in California is also a Persian connection. Amir, what was your thoughts here? And I'll pass the mic back to VB after that.
Hey man, I really dug that song, man. That song was in the vibe, in the mood, in the groove, and the attitude and everything. Like, you know, it just exuded like just some kind of good mood that you just want to hear because it's a fine tune, and you know, you just find like you just like enjoying your mood and just going with the groove and just flowing with it, man. You know, so I say, man, you're a real good artist, dude, man. I'm just telling you, and you just have a lot of potential, and I see you doing big things with music, man. So anyway, all I want to say is that you know, much love and respect, and hopefully we'll exchange information and maybe collab or something.
Thank you. Oh wow, I don't even thank you. I don't oh, wow.
I'll type in Amir Ali Siasi on Instagram when you're just sitting there. VB, take the mic and introduce everyone else to have a little say something here, my man. One love.
Yeah, it's a really good song. I love the energy, of course. I told you that already before when you first showed me the song, indeed. I really like the fast beat. I really like as well like the kind of bass lines in it, and as well the kind of EDM effects that makes it a bit indeed a combination between let's say like rock and EDM. Yeah, a really energetic track. I really like it. Well done.
Thank you.
So I think for the first, Kurt, what is your thoughts about it?
Let's see. Well, first I got to ask about the guitar. Is that real?
Yeah, it was a combination of two. I had a MIDI one, which then I tried to get a bit live one, which did not really come out great because it was rushed. So I just layered them together, which I've noticed kind of fixes the problem.
Okay. Yeah, because it sounded great, and I like that you did a couple of different things with it, had it a couple of different levels. You didn't use it too much, you didn't use it too little. You know, to me with EDM, I'm picky with guitar. I don't want a ton of guitar in any song because it changes the song, but you did just right on that. I like that you got your overdubs in there and stacked those vocals. It's catchy. I like, it's kind of funky, dancey, you know, like Kirsty says, you know, makes you want to get up and dance. And I like the big brash but dancey kind of feel to the music. Love those little pitch bends on the vocals leading into those choruses. That's a great little touch. I don't even know how to do that, but I'm not much of an engineer. Let's see. So some questions like, how many albums do you have? I'm just curious about your catalog of music. That you
this is the only thing I have out right now. That's the only thing that's out and finished, which is it's something I'm working on fixing soon. So hopefully I'll have more soon, but I'm very busy with a lot of other creative endeavors all tying into it. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can from my first release to make sure the next ones go a lot better. Because I am really luckily I'm quite happy with this one, so I'm satisfied. I've scratched the itch strong enough to wait a bit, but I'm working on it.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's a great first effort. Definitely. And let's see, what do you program in? What's your DAW?
Logic initially, but then everything was finished in Ableton.
Okay. And what style of music, I guess, or few styles do you kind of feel like you are as an artist that you want to do for your new stuff?
It's very varied. Each one's very different, to be honest. Each idea I have, which does worry me sometimes as an artist, but I feel if you hear them all at once, you can tell it came from the same mind. So that's fine. Sonically, I'd say it's generally just anything 70s and 80s, regardless of genre. I just love the tones and color from that era with anything 2000, 2010s put together. So basically just, so far as you skip the 90s, I'm somewhere in there. I'm somewhere in there.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, definitely put your website or your Spotify or whatever in the chat so we can check out your stuff and follow you.
We'll do. I'll post my Spotify and my socials should be at the bottom of that as well.
Cool.
Well, your Spotify's are embedded side by side in the article that we've been promoting all week, Kurt, anyway, so you should be able to have seen each other, and there'll be one tomorrow. Can I just butt in the now 15th Bend has come here. Welcome. One of the guests originally tonight, and he's in a very, very quick hurry, so he's going to go next if that's okay. So just once we've done the round robin, 15th Bend, we're going to put you on next. All right, brother? So, but yeah, VB, back to the round robin. You introduce the people that's want to say. Mary next.
Yes, I had Marky, Tim, and Mary. What are your thoughts?
So, Al, do you just go by Al or Al M? Al M?
Al
Okay.
M, the second one. Al M,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. You're very unassuming. And what I mean by that is when I see you and all that smiling and everything else going on, then you get in there and you get that gritty, beautiful voice. It was kind of a little bit of a shocker to me to hear that. It was just awesome. That's a compliment. It was awesome. It was really a fun tune to listen to. I thought the mix was very well, and you too, sir, should be putting more out.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank
Way to go. Way to go.
My turn?
Hey.
Right, it's my turn, sorry.
Yes,
Oh.
you can go.
Great. So, LM, I really love your song. And, well, I hope you can make more songs this year. I'm really curious. I want to know more. Wonderful voice. Splendid is the first thing that it was really catchy. And I like your vocal melodies and the way you go up and down, and really nice. Highs and lows, really beautiful, really beautiful. And yeah, the songs is really nice, upbeat song and groovy, and it's really hard not to move. I mean, you really want to shake and dance. It's really, really nice. If this is your first work, I'm sure you will do better for sure. Don't be a perfectionist. I mean, be courageous, because this is sometimes we artists what we struggle with. We want to be perfect, but it's also good when you say, hey, you know, everything is there, you know, and it's time to release. And yeah, so it's also good to see, you know, that you grow up as an artist. It's also great to see the evolution in your songs and how you evolve. And don't worry, you will be better and better. So if this is the first song, I'm sure you will do great. Looking forward.
Well said, dear. Well said. So what did VB say? Was it Tim, then Matt, and then Gil, then Sam? Go for that. Tim, then Matt.
Good upbeat tune. I really like the vocals in it. The vocals really were really spot on, I thought, in it. So good job. Go and make some more.
Thank you.
Matt, what was your thoughts there? Matt, then Gil, then Sam.
That chorus, man, that chorus, just amazing. We have a German word for it. We call it Ohrwurm, which translates into earworm. That's not very nice, obviously, but what it actually means, it's a catchy tune, right? And and really, I could still sing the chorus. I mean, hum the melody because it's so catchy. And a lot of people try to write music which has such a catchy melody line and a catchy chorus, because if you have that, then people will always have it in their mind or in the back of their mind, and they will hum it and they will revisit the music. And that's just a very big thing, right? To have a catchy melody, and you totally nailed it. I loved the vocals, same like Marky, like you know, I look at you and you're this humble, nice person, and then you put out these gritty vocals, just fantastic. And also I like that you're moving between, you know, EDM and a little bit of pop or rock music as well. So when the guitar came in, right, that's more a rock element, but it was perfectly fitting, right? It's not a distraction. I loved it. Great song, and I can't wait to hear more from you.
Yeah, excellent.
Well said. Who was it? Gil Vassar next? Yeah, Gil.
Yes, the track is very strong. The vocal gives a good power from the beginning, and the beat really makes you want to move. The choice of the instrument and the instrumental goes very well with the vocal. I think it's very harmonic, and it's a very good job.
Well said. Well said. Sam, and then we're on to the next guest is 15th Bend. Sam?
Okay, so absolutely great. The first thing I noticed was the amount of technical management, low frequencies, because there's so much kick, right? Like so many notes in 1 second. Yet you also have the actual bass line, and you probably have other stuff as well. And it's perfectly managed. I don't know if that was manually. I don't know if you used Sight. You ended up doing that during mastering. All I know is that I could. First of all, you probably spent a while on that to try to figure it out, but you did figure it out. So I'm so happy for that. Yes, great. And one little thing was kind of wanted to ask you, but you kind of answered it by saying the kinds of music that you like, which is the 5 chord, right? Like
the what? You cut out for a second.
The 5 chord. That like literally you have the 1, the 3, the 6, and then the 5.
Yeah.
The 5. I think I heard it being sort of like a minor 7. I think.
Every now and then. Every now and then.
Okay. Exactly. So embrace that. Like make it stand out when it has to stand out, because it's one of those things that really like make the arrangement like different. Because like kind of, at least in pop music, is that it's cool, it's mainstream, but there's always that little interesting little twist that just makes it original. And your signature sound, or whether it's just something that you're doing for that song, right? So do that. I can go on a full music theory rant on how you can combine the minor 5 with the 5 and like the dominant 7 sharp 9 type stuff. But anyways, not gonna get into that. Very good job, and yes, awesome.
Great
That's a good
future
one.
for sure. Well said, everyone. So, VB, would you like to say anything to LM before we move on to the 15th bend section?
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to hear new music from you. And thank you for coming. And I will hear it anyway.
Well said.
You hear it when I hear it, probably.
Well said, man. LM, until the next time. One love, brother. One love. So our next guest, we're going to let Katja half introduce him. 15th Bend with the song Ignite. So, Katja, would you like to say something, because you brought 15th Bend into the show, and then introduce yourself, brother? So, Katja, what do you want to say to 15th Bend before he, introduce him, or
This is a very good friend of mine. We met late night on Instagram or one of the shows. And I fell in love with him immediately. He's just an awesome artist. And I am so excited that you guys get to hear him. So here's 15th Bend.
Hey everyone. I hope you can hear me fine. I'm
Yeah, we
standing
can.
outside. I'm standing outside my office at the moment. Can you guys hear me? Everything's good?
Yeah, we can. What's your location there as well, 15th Bend, just if you can add it in? What's your location?
Toronto, Canada.
Nice one. There you go, brother.
Yeah. And thank you for having me here. I wish that I had a more recent song in the playlist, because I don't know if most of you know, if Kat has already told you guys, but I learned everything from guitar to beats to mixing to mastering, everything during the lockdown, during COVID, with zero musical background before this.
So recently.
So this song is a bit from my earlier days. So the mix and everything, like I hear it now and I can say, I wish I could fix this part or that part. However, I did hear someone say that they don't like a lot of guitar in the EDM tracks because it kind of changes the song. And in my case, they will be a bit disappointed, because I primarily am a guitarist. That's what got me into learning music. EDM is not my main genre, but I experiment a lot. So you can find really slow Pink Floyd-ish burning songs in my catalog. And then you'll find something like Ignite, or there's a bunch of them with EDM style beats, but mixed with guitar. In this one, Ignite, I used royalty-free samples, vocal samples from Splice, because I was really early on in my musical journey. I didn't know any vocalists, singers, songwriters. So I just found something that was in the right key, that had the right lyrics, and I just used those on this track. But there is some guitar on it, and my biggest influences in music is Pink Floyd. You won't hear a lot of Pink Floyd in this one, because this is obviously a little bit upbeat than what Pink Floyd does. But Pink Floyd and Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler, the guitarist from Dire Straits, these two. And the third one is Buckethead, which is surprising to a lot of people, because they say, how do you go from Gilmour to Buckethead as an influence? But for those who are not aware of Buckethead as a guitarist, like I absolutely love him, because he can play super fast, like shred, while keeping melody. And also he can play very soulful, slow, the slow burning track. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, go for it.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. Let's play the track, let everyone get it in their ears, and then everyone will have something to say to you. And I've got a sketch drawn of Dave Gilmour behind us there. I'm trying to point. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah,
Gilmour.
man, you've got some great choices of people that's influenced you. 15th Bend with Ignite. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love. Yeah, whoever said wow, that's Marky, I believe. Wow, all right. Just absolutely wonderful. 15th Ben, just great, man. That's all I
Thank
can
you so
say.
much.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. VB, do you want to introduce the people then out? I'm going to get Dave Gilmer to say something.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, first of all, I really like the song. If you said that it's really in your starting producing career, then you should really be proud of it. I like the drums in it, the guitar, the way how you variate. Like I heard like a bit like kind of solos, if I'm guessing it right. I'm
Yep.
not really a guitar pro, so I don't know everything, but I could hear that. Yeah, well done. And as well, yeah, it's good produced. So especially like I said, if you make it in your earlier beginning of your career, then yeah, then I'm curious what you will come up next.
Thank you very much.
So first of all, let's start with Marky, then Mev, and then Tim.
So I don't know what your name is, 15th Bend. What's your name?
I just go by 15th
Okay.
on social online.
Good deal. So 15th, how you brought the guitar in as a showcase piece in an EDM mix, it was brilliant. I mean, it was brilliant. It's like it doesn't fit, and yet it fit perfectly. You know, when you think of EDM, you don't think of that, but that fit perfectly. So I think people would just listen to that. They would just, their jaws would drop. It was beautiful. I can't believe
Thank
you
you.
just started. So this is blowing my mind. I've been doing music for 40 plus years, and I can't do some of the things you're doing there. So crazy
you so
stuff,
much.
man. Yeah, way to go.
Thank you.
Well said. Was it Matt and then Tim? Matt and then Tim?
All right. So you made me a happy camper, you know. You said that you've been influenced by Pink Floyd. I'm a big Pink Floyd fan. Just recently went to a concert of a tribute band, actually.
Oh, nice.
And I mean, your guitar tone nails pretty much the David
The
Gilmour
Gilmour.
type of tone of the guitar. I loved it. I mean, this is your first piece, right? And so there's one good thing about Corona, which is like you started to produce and to put your music into a track. It's fantastic. It's really good. My question was, who sang? Because the singer was amazing too.
So the singer I mentioned earlier, it's royalty-free samples from Splice. There's a website. Yeah. So I was looking. I spent hours looking for a female vocalist that would fit the vibe of the backing track that I was making, and in the right key, right tempo, and the lyrics were kind of something that I could work with. So, you know, she says, the walls of my heart are on fire. So that's why I named the song Ignite. And the guitar and everything I added after putting the vocals on it, because that kind of, my brain works in a different way than pro musicians, because I'm not a pro, I'm not skilled enough. I need some things, like I don't work in a specific order like a pro musician would. So I got the vocals and everything on it. I had the repeating riff in my head already, but then I just built on it and then added those fills in the back when she was singing. And I don't know if you noticed, but there was like this guitar in the back slightly, like coming in and out, like the bends. So that's how I went about it. Because I can't sing.
You did a perfect job on this, and I know how difficult it is to work with samples and with vocal samples, especially because usually they don't fit, and you have to work a lot with auto-tune and things like that to make them kind of
and chopping them and fitting them in different spots. Yeah.
So you did. I mean, again, for your first piece, this is quite a chore you went into doing. And I think it's fantastic. I'd like to hear more from you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well said. Tim and then Amir.
Well, as a 50+ year guitar player, you know what I'm going to tell you. I love the guitar in that.
Oh, thank you so much.
I thought it was great. you really had some chops in there. Sounded really so good. I did hear a little bit of Mark Knopfler influence in it. He's one of my favorite, as well as David Gilmour. Yeah, I thought the song was great. I thought the music was great, and the guitar skills were excellent. Good job.
Thank you so much. I thought when you started with I've been playing guitar for 50 years, you're gonna follow it by as a 50-year guitarist. You were just like, nah, okay. But thank you so much for being so kind.
No, it was great. It was great.
Thank you.
Well said. Amir, then Gil.
Yeah, man. 15th band. I see a lot of David Gilmour in you, man, and I see you have some crowd that wants to feel more of what you do and see more and hear more of what you have to say and all that kind of stuff, man. I think you're gonna have a great one, man. I'm serious, a great career, and I think that there's so much more that you haven't explored as far as you know. I know that there's going to be times where you're probably going to get like, okay, now it's time for tours and stuff, time for like, more like that, concerts or stuff that you really want, to be part of, because that's where the money's at, right? So anyway, man, I wish you all the best. Serious.
Thank
honestly,
you so much.
man.
Thank you so much.
Peace
Really
out.
appreciate it.
Well said. Gil, then Mary, then Katja. And welcome to the show, Fusey. Gil Vasa, what's your
Hello.
thoughts?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Superb musical composition. I love the variation in the production with the quieter moments and then the climb. Beautiful, wonderful guitar with an incredible solo that trips me. Really, it really transported me. Good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Well said. Am I being silly? Is Mary already? Have you said something already, Mary? Have you
No,
not? No,
not
I
yet.
thought so.
Not yet. Shall I say?
Yes, please. Sorry, I'm mixed up. Yes.
Great song. And if we talk about Pink Floyd, well, you touch my heart. But hard not to love them. Yeah, great guitar skills, and the voice also was really, really beautiful. It reminds me beautiful singers of the 80s, and dreamy. It's a dreamy song, atmospheric, and I really loved it.
Thank you so much.
Well said. Well said. Let's go Katja, Sam, and no, Katja, Kurt, and then Sam, who's our next guest as well, actually. Katja?
Man, 15th, I love you. I'm such a proud mama right now that everybody got to hear you. I can't help myself. I am just ecstatic. I want to live in your head and absorb all your creativity as it is.
Thank you so
Awesome
much.
job. And for this being one of your early ones, I can't wait until they hear your new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to be pushing you, babe. I'm going to be pushing you, and definitely we'll have you back.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic.
You're welcome.
So Kurt, and then Sam?
Yeah, let's see. I was the one that was talking about too much guitar in an EDM song, but that's more for my
Yep.
stuff. But I thought you did a great job. Like, it was an interesting hybrid. It was like part vocal song and part instrumental song to showcase the guitar. So I really give you kudos for pulling that off. I do like that the bass kind of that pushed my buttons, having your little arpeggiated bass in there, kept that going. I like the kind of ethereal feel for the guitar. And I like that you did mix it up, wasn't guitar through 100% of it. You did have some rest sections for the guitar, so that, always keeps it interesting to the listener. I also love the vocalist. I know you pulled that from whatever that website was you said. But yeah, I love that vocal because she's very Trixie Delgado, which nobody probably knows who that is here, but that's one of the lead singers that Master Boy out of Germany used. And she's has a very Trixie kind of flavor to her voice. But yeah, how long have you been making music?
So I picked up the guitar 3 weeks after lockdown started. I had bought one in 2017, but it was just sitting there in the corner. And I was like, yeah, one day I'll get to it. But, you know, with the 9-to-5 job and a family, I never got the time. And then when lockdown started and we were stuck at home, and I was like, holy shit, I'm going to lose my mind. Like a friend of mine had said, you know, you've always listened to guitar focused music. Why don't you learn it? And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick it up. And then I picked it up, and I just started. Like, my goal was to basically just be able to play at least one David Gilmour solo, and I would have been the proudest freaking guitarist in the world. But then one thing led to another. I started jamming along with the backing tracks on YouTube, and that led me to the idea that why can't I make my own backing tracks? And that led me into the world of DAWs and, you know, learning how to make a beat, make the background music and everything since. And once I did that, then 2021 is when I started releasing my own music. And this was one of my earlier ones. Like, I think this was my fourth or fifth track. So yeah, it's only been a couple of years.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and there's some great little, I don't know how much music theory or classes or whatever you've taken. I really did everything by ear about a year ago. There's some great stuff on Udemy and stuff.
Thank you. I'm mostly like self-taught and on YouTube. YouTube has been my teacher. But honestly, with the young family and then work and everything, I don't even have a lot of time to practice. So I just that's why I play very simple stuff. A lot of people tell me, "Oh, you're gifted and you're this and that. You're an amazing guitarist." I'm like, no, I play very simple stuff. It's just that I have an ear for melody, and that's the only thing I have. So
cool. But yeah, good job. Keep going.
Thank you very much.
Nice one. Sam, what's your thoughts here? And welcome to the show, Chillix. Sam, what was your thoughts here, brother?
Yes, I hope I keep it not as long by having written down notes this time. I mean, yes, said shortly, that song is kind of like the ultimate vibe. No, it's like mission accomplished, right? It really is what it needs to be. One of the biggest, extremely amazing strengths that I saw, melodic repetition. To this point, that melody stuck in my head, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, right? So, literally, that repetition is just okay. Yeah, it just nails it, right? It nails it. And also, your transition to distortion on, I think it was the third chorus, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Because the same, but a little grittier. Now, overall, in regards to your project, right? It is always best to do music with the instrument or instruments that you're the most fluent with, right? That means don't feel bad that you're always kind of like cheating and taking shortcuts by going back to the guitar. It's a good thing, right? You speak music best with that instrument. Therefore, you have to exploit it. And in regards to the project and the brand, you can just, I mean, this really looks like an artist project in which the instrument is highlighted, such as, for example, Lindsey Sterling or Timmy Trumpet are people that have kind of combined a very specific sound of an instrument with an entire sound of a genre that you wouldn't necessarily expect, right? And that's what people like about it.
Absolutely.
So you gotta exploit the heck out of it. Actually, exploit it so much that if you ever get tired of it, then okay, then you go on to the next thing, right? But for now, as while you have that sort of fuel and inspiration, yeah, exploit the heck out of it, because that's where you should just keep going. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well said. So 15th, Ben, thanks for being, a marvellous guest here. This is, the next time we've got another show, come down, sit for a couple of hours and, take in the full show. And, this is the first EDM show and we're going to do it every 5 or 6 weeks. So 15th, Ben, everyone from Canada. Thank you, Katja, for finding this magnificent artist and showing them to us all. So
thank you.
BB, I'll give you back the microphone. But before we do, I'm just going to pause I'm going to stop the recording and start it again, and you can introduce our next guest, Sam X-Ray. So I'll just stop the recording here. 1, 2, 3. It's halfway through the show. We're on course to be over 3 hours. I'm cool with that. Just it's up to you guys how long he's going to talk for. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Hi, welcome back to the 1010 podcast, 1010 EDM podcast, episode 1. And I'm stuttering here. BB, I'll pass the mic back to you. It's your job tonight. I'll shut up now.
Yes, the next guest is a friend of Kurt, X-Way. X-Way, can you tell us something about yourself and about your song?
Yes, although it says Texas, back a few years ago, I was living in Kurtztown, Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, States, and but I'm also originally from Chile, South America, and I mean, I am a little bit of a statistical result because Chileans do like EDM, and I never really realized until like I started looking at the top cities that listen to EDM. I'm like, oh, Santiago, Chile, where I'm from. Look, how about that, right? So I started making EDM at the same time I started studying music, right around 14 years old. And right now I'm a full-time musician. I do not only do EDM, I'm a composer, arranger. I do so many things. And teacher, of course, by the way. You may even see this teaching book right here with me. I don't know what else to say besides, oh yes, I had 2 main candidates for showcasing here. One is very pop, kind of like targeted to more of an American audience, and the other one is very EDM, which is kind of targeted to a more European audience. I just happened to choose the more European one, that is Supernova, that you're about to listen. But of course, you can always go to my channel, my Spotify, and all that stuff. Check out all the other stuff, including my remixes, by the way. The remixes are only on YouTube. But yeah.
Well, without further ado, let's get acquainted with you, if you're not already. X-Way with Supernova. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. was absolutely something special there, bro. Just
Mm-hmm.
wow. Very, 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 very good, man. Just, you're awesome. And I'm pleased to meet you. So I am. I'm just going to let you know the final 5 guests of the evening, because we've actually had 11 of 12 of the artists have shown up tonight. So coming up next, right, we've got Mary, then Deanne Tiggies at Novus, Matt, then 11X, then we've got Katja, and finally Chillix. So just so you know, we've got 5 more guests, and it's just up to you guys how long you take to chat here. So I'm just warning you, we might only be halfway there, or we can be snappy. I'm not talking to you, Kurt, honestly. Mr. 5 questions. I'm only kidding. But I just have to let you know there's 5 people to go, and Mary's up next. So, VB, would you like to introduce people? Chillix, why don't you get the first compliment? You've not spoke yet. Chillix, and what's your location there, brother? We don't have your location.
I'm in Madeira, Portugal, but I'm originally German. So
nice one, Portugal, good. Nice one. What was your thoughts there, bro?
yeah, it was pretty cool. It stretched a little bit from time to time, but when it then picked up, then it really was proper EDM, right? The cinematic thing was cool. I think the 808, the 8-bit sound kind of thing was, it kind of hurted the overall experience maybe a little bit, but then the drop each time it came really was super strong. So I liked it, but the main part was stronger than the parts in between.
Nice one, brother. Nice. So, Fusey, you've not said anything yet, my brother in North Carolina, the co-host of the hip hop show coming up next Wednesday, which Amir, you have to be on. But let's not talk hip hop here. Fusey, and then Amir.
Yeah, man. I honestly like the bass. I like the bass that came into it. I mean, the transitions was very, very good too. The way it transitioned into the different styles and types of the beat. I like the way everything meshed together too. So, I mean, I liked it overall, man. I appreciate it.
Well said, dude. Amir, then Matt, and then Katja. Amir.
Honestly, I now I know what it now I know what it sounds to hear music from the Red Planet. That's all I have to say.
Well said, brother. Well said. Matt, then Katja, then Gil.
Yeah, so very dark. It could have been in a sci-fi movie, right, where you have like aliens jumping out of a corner. People say that Mark Knopfler is the master of the long coda. I would say in this song there was mastery in the long risers and the long drops, where you think, now the drop is finished, and then it's dropping other bit more. Very unexpected, but super cool, really super cool. I like the mix between the almost cinematic strings and then the really hard techno beats. Yeah, great piece. Thank you.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. You know, sometimes you do need 5-minute songs, because something like later on in the evening, 5-10 minute songs are, you know, I absolutely loved it, man. Honestly. Gil, Kurt, then Mary, our next guest.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. We missed Katja there. I can't do that to Katja. She's not well. I'm sorry. Katja, then Gil, then Kurt, then Mary. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh no, that's okay. I like the longer songs. I like the hypnotic effects that go into it. It really draws me in, and you know, it gets to my mind, and that is what I love about EDM and these kind of songs. And yes, I'm going to keep it short and sweet since I'm having trouble talking at the moment. But awesome job, and I'll be re-listening to this one too.
Well said, well said. Gil, Kurt, then Mary.
Yes, for me, it's a great dance floor title track with good bass. I love it. A very nice melodic line and an epic atmosphere. Although it's instrumental, the title tell a story, and that's very great. It's a very good song EDM for me.
Well said, well said. Kurt, then Mary, what was your thoughts there?
Yeah, I like some of the elements in this. I like the big horn, scary movie trailer thing sound. And I love that snare. Sometimes some of my programmers can't quite grab a snare that's a good snare roll snare, but that was awesome. And the bell sound kind of as or chimes or whatever that was, the bell sound as kind of a lead-ish instrument was interesting. But yeah, very interesting EDM, dark, cinematic. Yeah. Samuel does his own thing. He's quite the theorist and genius and all that. So there's a lot of tapestry of things that me, not as a theorist, are not appreciating there, I'm sure. So, but that are in there.
That was fantastic there, man. Fantastic. So, Mary, what was your thoughts here before we get to your section, my dear?
Yeah, I really liked your song, and I like how you structured it. And also the transitions was always surprising and energetic. I really liked that. And I really appreciated that those parts, there was a sound that was like a counter beat. I don't know exactly, in some parts of the songs, I really liked it. And that dark mood also. I really love this changing, there was so much, there was energy in some parts of the song, so then slow down. There are some strings, right? Some, yeah, it was really beautiful. Really beautiful how you structured the old song, the old track.
Well said, well said.
Really nice.
Well said, everyone. X-Way, Sam Iglesias from Texas. You're a wonderful brother, and you're very nice presence to have in the show. How does everyone find you? Do you have a website or anything like that? Do you have a website, Sam?
Oh, sorry. I did not catch that. I do not have a website, but I'm literally everywhere else. I mean, I have an email address. I've been working on this other project. It's more like a solo piano contemporary classical. So lately, but hey, the X-Way project is not dead necessarily, right?
X-Way, Sam, do you know I'm having a Night of the Pianist show as well with a co-host, Pretty Bernice? So if you want to come on and show your piano skills, let me know about that. So Sam Iglesias, X-Way, everyone. Thank you, bro, for being a great guest.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, brother. Till the next time. So VB, I'm going to introduce Mary this time. Mary, I always say it wrong. And then she can half introduce Matt because they're like good friends who's worked together as well. Then you can introduce 11X. So coming up next, we've got Mary. Could you introduce yourself and the right pronunciation of your name and tell us the story behind your song, Aku Lear?
Yeah, it's Mary Sparky.
I will always get it wrong.
Right. No problem at all. Mary. Yes, I am a singer and producer. Sometimes more singer, sometimes more producer. It depends on the songs, depends on the projects. And yeah, it was 2014 that I bought my first secondhand synthesizer, and I was into these modulars and all this stuff. And I assembled my first synthesizer, and yeah, it was well, I love singing since I was a child. I was always singing, and also having some concerts with friends when I was 18. And also when I moved to Germany in 2007, I met musicians like Matthias here, and we worked. I worked with the local bands and different genres, but yeah, the genre that I really wanted to explore by myself was, well, I mean, an electronic music, dark pop or trip hop. I was always fascinated by this kind of music, and I wanted to try. The song you will listen today is a song taken from my second album. The Germans will understand the title, Akkulea. So it means like battery low. And it's about daily life, routine, work life. And, you know, the title of the album, it's all about phases. So this is one of the phases of my life where you want to change the things and get rid of obligations and, you know, a kind of freedom. And this song says also a lot about my genuine feelings about music and about dance when I say, and nobody knows, but the only thing I want to do is just dance. So it's like making music for myself and making music for those who will appreciate what I do. So yeah, the song goes out 2 years ago from my label. I founded my own label, so I'm totally independent. And yeah, with all the struggle, I try to, you know, to make the singer happy and the producer happy that are in me. I mean, it's not sometimes it's not easy. I am more for instrumental songs, but sometimes I want to highlight the voice, and I do totally different things. So there's me in my albums, the overall.
Well, Marie, you know, I'll say it wrong every time. You know how much I love you. You're absolutely so valued. VIP member, co-host, and just I've not even heard this song yet. I'm sorry, I haven't. I just got sent it today. So Akkulea, I can't wait to hear it. Everything else you've got is amazing, and you're amazing. One love. Enjoy.
When the morning starts with superpowers in the traffic jam, every day is a mayday, a coffee addicted is on the way. Try to survive, don't forget your life. Ready, steady, go hold on the call. Thinking of Copa makes me wanna fly all around to the ground. Deep in my eyes, under control. Under control. Under control. Under control. Jugglers of pies, be my guest. I just called to say you are the best. Keep ye eyes, don't tell me lies, but now I'll be down for a while. I clear my mind, on standby. You can call me boss from 5 to 9. With new bits in my box, hunting like a fox all around to the ground. Deep in my eyes, under control. Under control.
Absolutely brilliant, Mary.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank
Right,
you.
so we'll go. I'll do the round robin. Let's go. Tim, then Matt, then Fusey first.
Well, May Ray, such beautiful vocals, but you know what? I wouldn't expect anything less from you because you are a wonderful vocalist, and that was just spot on. I loved it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well said. I think your biggest fan's Amir Ali Siasi. I think he's actually in love with you, but I might be wrong. Matt?
Yeah, I think I'm not alone in being in love with May Ray because everything she's I mean, one, she's one of the most gorgeous ladies that I've seen, and two, she's so classy and she's so talented and she's so creative. And like I think she's a genius. Like honestly, like I think that she's like, I mean, I was that to me, I was hypnotized. It was tripped. It was like, you know, it was a trip all the way that was so enjoyable, you know, like all her songs I enjoy, this one as well. And I think that she always is like, you know, always like casting all her listeners under a spell just to like know that we're sharing control. And that's the most, I think that's the world's goal in every relationship. And that's what will heal the world, is not to control, but to share control with each other and to understand and have respect for one another. And that's what I always get from listening to her.
Well said, man. Very philosophical. That's brilliant answer. So let's go Matt, Fusey, then VB. I'm not cutting your grass, VB. We'll just try and get through this. I don't want to put you under too much pressure. Matt, Fusey, then VB.
Yeah, so I'm biased, right? Because I know May Ray for such a long time already. And we've been playing in cover bands many years, and you won't believe it, she can be Tina Turner as well, right? I mean, I always was totally in love when she was on stage with us and sang these really powerful songs. And then one day she came around and said, oh, you know, Matthias, I want to create electronic music. And I was like, this is my girl. This is my girl. I love it, right? And so I was following her from the very beginning. And yeah, the voice is just magic. And what you do with the synthesizers, you know, and all these little things in there and this little melody line and these little arpeggiators, that's so wonderful. So that the whole song and all your other songs as well, they're really catchy, and you have them in your mind, and you hear them over and over again, and it's just fantastic. I love you, May Ray. You know that.
Love you too. Thank you so much.
Well said, dude. Just before you go, Fusey, Sam maybe has to go and do some stuff. X-Ray, would you like to say something to Mary? And if you do have to leave, then I'll make sure you can see the rest of the reviews tomorrow, because there'll be an article hand delivered to you by lunchtime tomorrow, I promise you.
Okay, so I do. Yes. Well, great. Oh my gosh, am I starting to forget everything I had to say? Oh yes. So you definitely pushed the boundaries, especially with harmony. I like those chords were out there, right? And I noticed, and it's a good thing, right? Same with your choice, right? You do want to experiment. You do want to push the envelope. That's absolutely great, because that's what would make you and it also a unique sound that kind of stands out and people literally will dig. So just in regards to mixing, make that a priority. For example, that synth that first starts, I think, an octave down and then it goes to something like that. Put it on the almost or pretty much on the foreground, right? Just there. It's like it's you and the sound, right? Make that sort of conversation in the. And same with things like, I don't know, maybe little elements like the bass and stuff like that. So that means absolutely great. So that means not only keep going in that direction, but also embrace the things that you actually like from me even more a mixing perspective. Yes, I mean, very good. Very.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, and yeah, there's a lots of room for improvement, and I also can see how I work today for my new tracks, so I can see the difference, and this is really beautiful because you see your progress, and yeah, I'm a lot into sound design, as you can imagine. With sounds, I love to change the sound and to find the sound that that could convey that message that I want to give out. And it's and in the end, we create what we discover ourselves. We create music and we discover ourselves, and then it's something, it's almost automatically that all our references, and sometimes we don't even know why they come from the past, but they come from our memories, and everything comes out. That is regarding sound design, and yeah, for mixing and imaging, yes, I agree. Panning, there's lots of work there, and these are also my struggles, as a vocalist, the voice, and then the production, the music, the experiment, the instrumental part. It's not easy because I'm like two people fighting, not really fighting. I mean, they should collaborate, but sometimes I fight because I love totally instrumental songs, but I also love the pop side, the voice, and it's hard, but let's see.
Well,
Right.
that's the thing, Mary. You actually do different genres and stuff like that, don't you? And if Matt says you can actually do Tina Turner, we have to have like a singing podcast one night where we all do like cover songs. If you can, I'd love to hear you doing Tina Turner. I don't know about anybody else, but just wow. But let's
In
go.
my second project, you will hear about.
I love it.
You will listen something in my second project. I have an
Oh,
electro
can't wait to
duo.
see.
So the new album will be out next month. The electro duo is named Herzen, and I work with a producer. So there I work with him as a producer and as a singer. I'm not the composer, but yeah, we are almost every day in studio, and we do lots of production work. But yeah, I'm happy because I'm there. I'm a singer.
Awesome.
Sometimes I have more fun. I have to admit that. To have my solo project and to do all by myself sometimes is demanding. And then I'm also a perfectionist. So yeah.
Honestly, you're just so lovable. Mr. North Carolina, Fusey, what's your thoughts here?
Oh man, I gotta go back to whoever said they lost control. Man, I was dancing. My shoulders were moving. I didn't even know it. I'm like, okay, but the whole song was real good. At the production and the mixing and all of that'll come with time. But like, you got it. You're mixing, you got it. You're doing everything yourself. When you reached out on IG, I was like, keep up the good work, because I just like your work. I like your voice. The way you do everything yourself is awesome. So keep it up. I like it. I do my own mixing as well. So I'm learning every day.
Thank you so much. It's the top of the iceberg. Then what we do is really hard to get good results. And I'm happy that you could dance on the song. Yeah, you understood also my, the way of being free and get rid of the corporate life. So that was also a phase of my life. Yeah, it was yeah.
Right.
One day I said, oh my God, I don't want to work anymore. I just want to make a music. I don't want a corporate life. I don't want to, no. Oh my God. So yeah, music helps to express ourselves. Yeah.
Well said, well said. VB, then Kurt, and then Gil.
Yeah, really good song. I really liked it as well. What other people say, your voice is really good, but it matches as well really good with the music you make. I really like the signs as well and the kind of bass RP. I really like the design of that sound.
Yeah.
So you mentioned as well that you're like really into sound design, and you can hear that like the sounds that you use, but in this song, but as well in other songs I heard from you, there's always like a really nice sound in it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sometimes we were talking before about, I don't remember who was talking about, that he said, I'm not professional because I don't have a point where I start and where I end. I don't think it's I think it can be random, and sometimes for me a song can start from a sound or from my voice, but seldom. I rarely start with my voice, but sometimes it's a sound, sometimes it's a percussion, sometimes it's a drum loop or a beat, a trip hop beat, or don't know, sometimes it's, you know, that element that is in the middle of everything, and it just makes the song.
Well said, well said. So who's next there? Is it Kurt, then Gil, then Katja?
Yeah, it stirred up some good 90s synth pop memories for me. I like your kind of little analog touches here and there, and I like your outro. That was a nice little surprise at the end, have something kind of different going on at the end. That was kind of cool. And I like your dotted quarter note delay you stuck on that vocal at the end. I just discovered those a couple of albums back, and I was like, I need to put more dotted quarter note delays on my vocals. You can't do that on all phrases or all words. It has to be the right feel to be able to get away with that. So but yeah, nice chill electro song. How did you make the guitarish type sound, or what was that?
Was like a I don't remember, but it was not a guitar, actually. Sounds like a guitar, but
it was a synthesizer.
Yes.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I love all the sound design stuff you're talking about, and about crafting your own sounds and tweaking and all that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes. Mainly, yeah, PACs. I love sounds that are a little bit dark. And for example, I have an MS-20 Mini, and that is a really hard. I mean, it's harder to manage that synthesizer. It can be really strong, and but yeah, I love the effects, you know, filtering and modulating. You can do something really interesting, and yeah, sometimes I have, you know, beautiful sounds, but then comes one and wow, it makes a mess. And it's a little bit strong. I love strong sounds. Yes, yeah. So, yeah. In fact, when I do ambient music or more chill out music, I notice that I have the tendency to create strong drum beats and or use strong sounds. This is, yeah.
Well said, well said. Gil, then Katja, then Chillix, and then we're on to our next guest, Matt. So, Gil.
Ouais. May a lot of sensibilities in the lyric that touch me. The electronic music for me sublimates your vocals and gives a beautiful dynamic to the track. We feel the passion that you have to sing and to share your emotions, really.
Merci beaucoup.
Well said, well said. Katja, what was your thoughts there? And then Chillix.
Mayray, you know I love your music.
You know I love you too.
Yeah, you and I have sort of the same thing in our head about these sounds. And that's what I appreciated so much. Your simplistic vocal line and the way it was sort of hypnotic, and it just threaded throughout the whole song. But then you kept introducing these different sounds that fit so well with that hypnotic, simplistic vocal that it just highlighted it. And then you went into the echo, and that really fascinates me. I'm playing with the echo sounds myself right now too. It was just a very smooth, neat, well-balanced track. As far as the producing goes, you're doing really well, honey. You know that.
Thank you so much.
Just let those sounds take you where they want to go. You know, be they harsh, be they smooth, be they sweet.
Yeah, exactly. Harsh and
they all mesh together in a way. You know, don't feel bound in by genre or a box. Let the sounds take you where they want to go, and you'll end up with a beautiful music, baby.
I think so. I should follow the flow. Thank you.
Follow your ear.
Thank you so
Follow
much.
your ear. Quit worrying about the technical stuff. Just let your ears and your soul do the work. That's where you're going to come up with your best production and your best mixes.
Well
Thank
said,
you so
Kat.
much. Thank you.
Chilix in Portugal, what was your thoughts there?
Yeah, so many things were said that kind of triggered some thoughts. So when it started playing, I was like, okay, it's dark, it's deep. Let's see where this goes. And then the voice came in, and I was very surprised by the clarity and the recording of the voice was superb. I'm struggling to get this type of quality on vocal recordings.
Thank you.
And
thank you so much.
So that was super cool, and I had I had the visual of the track and then the voice. I kind of had memories back when I grew up. Cher was a big influence for me, so I thought of Cher when she was like 25 or so. I don't know. It kind of had my head the trigger coming on. So I really liked the vocals. The instrumental was cool. The mixing. There's work to be done, but I mean, it's not on par with the quality of vocals, you know. So there's like a difference in quality that I felt was there's room, but overall I was really liking it a lot, and especially the last third when this sparkle came in, this little twinkly arpeggiator. It grew on me. I really liked it a lot, and really that made the track for me. And I would recommend maybe even introducing this kind of sparkle a little bit earlier to keep it.
Thank you for your.
I mean, I'm that progressive kind of person. I always add and bring in new stuff. So it's my personal style of making and listening music. Very impressive. Very impressive. I like
Thank
it
you
a lot.
so
And I
much.
would actually like to work with you because the vocal part. I mean, I would like to work with one of your vocals at some point.
Thank you so much.
Well said. You know, what a great atmosphere this is here. You've all been in the same genre. It's just amazing. Mayray, I'll try and say it better. Everyone else is saying it right now. So until the next time, dear, you're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. I will put my smart link in the chat, and whoever wants to have a look at my things on YouTube and what I have on Spotify. This summer I'm working on new songs, and this summer I will start posting something new. Thank you so much.
Well, you know where your home is in the 1010 podcast. One love, Mary. One love.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Spark. It's always a pleasure.
Pleasure. And you can say something in a second as well, because coming up next, we've got Matt D. Antigis et Novus with his track Vallis Boulevard. Could you say something about Matt, Mary, before he introduces himself and the track? What, you're muted there, dear? So, because Matt's in the family, because you brought him to our attention, and then you're muted again. I don't know.
Mayray.
Yeah, that's it.
How it works. So I have to introduce him.
Well, how do you know Matt? Because Matt wouldn't be in the family if you didn't point him out to us in the first place. So I just thought that you could say something before Matt introduces himself. So who is Matt to you? Who's Matt to you, dear?
Matthias Oshora from Germany. He's a really talented musician and producer. Totally amazed by his studio. I know his studio in Munich when he was in Munich, and I had the pleasure to play on some synthesizers and also to play in a band in the past with him. And really talented and also really knowledgeable about music and genres. And yeah, Matthias, the music can do the rest.
Well, Matt,
He's
could
a
you
fucking
introduce yourself?
legend. He's a
And-
fucking legend.
Yeah. So you know him as well. Nice one. Matt, introduce yourself and the story behind your track. Valleys Boulevard. I hope I'm saying it correctly.
Yes, you do. So, what we're actually going to listen to is a re-release of a song, Valleys Boulevard, which is on my second album, which is a concept album. It's called Moon. And it's about, things on the moon and various thoughts on the moon. And there is also the song Valleys Boulevard. Now, Valleys Boulevard is a valley on the moon, and it's named after a French scientist. And why is that important? Well, while I was doing the album in the lockdown, actually, as well, I saw a documentary on Daft Punk. And I love Daft Punk, and I wanted to create a piece of music which was giving some credit to Daft Punk and to French house music, right? And so the crater on the moon is named after a French scientist, and that's why the song is a French house music song. And if you love longer versions of song, you can always listen to it on the Moon album, where it's like 6 minutes 50, I think. And this is like a radio edit, so it's shorter. And it has been created in Logic using loops, and the piano I played myself, and various other things I played myself. So yeah, hope you enjoy it, and happy to be here.
You're absolutely wonderful, brother. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Valley Boulevard by Matt. Fantastic, man. Awesome. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Brilliant. I know Chillix wants to say something because he shouted in that you're a ref and legend beforehand. So Chillix, then Amir.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I started partying back then in 1998, 1997, and 2000s, I was listening to John Aquaviva, Kalk Cox, Carotte, all these guys, right? We had parties together back then, right? It was the glory old days of house music, and this is one of the perfect tracks that I could hear back in the day. It was like a flashback for me in a set where like lots of stuff is going on, and a vocalist, maybe even a vocalist live on stage, like performing on top of it. Perfect, super cool song. Really loved it. Top quality. Big thumbs up. Amazing.
Thank you.
Well said. Amir, then Kurt, then VB.
I concur. I agree with what Chillix was saying, and I feel that you know, we both were having a good time with this music. I saw he was blazing and I was drinking, and it was just like linking together, man. And I saw our spirits just flying high. But anyway, man, I would like to work with you too. Maybe if you have, you know, an interest, I would love it, man. That would be nice. Anyway, you know, it was a great song, great vibe, and I think we all had a great time. So yeah, man. Thank you. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Well said. Kurt, then VB.
Yeah, I like the percussion a lot in that. I like that kind of male-female stack vocal section. And you know, it's nice kind of a dub, you know, dance tune. Now, were your guitar and vocal samples, or did you have those played and sung, or how did that happen?
It's all samples.
Sample, okay. Cool.
And lots of auto tune and things like that to make it work out.
Well said, dude. And can we just say to 11X, who's in Bangladesh and his camera's off, we're going to put you on next, brother, because he's struggling to stay on his signal. So just to let you know that you're up next. So let's go. Who just all moved around here? VB, then Gil.
Yeah, I really like the song. The groove of the song was super nice. The samples you choose well chosen. The rhythm indeed was quite good. I like the vocal, the choppy kind of vocals, like yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
Well said, bro. Well said. Gil, and then Tim, and then Mary.
Yes, excellent disco pop song that makes you want to dance. The mix between music and voice are very excellent. Very good vibration, sorry. Super groove. I love it.
Thank you. And that coming from a French person. So
yes. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Well said. I think that I've just missed a beat. I think that 11X A-Lock is away now. So we've only got 2 guests left, so that's fine, just to give you the update there. So who was next? Tim Consley, then Mary, then on to our next guest, who will be Katja then.
Yes, I thought the song had a great beat to it. I mean, it was very alive, very moving, I thought. So great job. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well said, well said. Mary, and then Katja, who's also next guest.
I really loved your song, Matthias. I think this is your last release, right? Or yeah, really nice. And I like how you work on the vocals, and I like the chord in the middle. I really love that melody, and really beautiful. I like the groove. Really, really, really beautiful, dancey. Love it.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Katja, what's your thought before we get to your section? Guess 9 of 10. Katja, and then Chillix, and then that's been an amazing show. Katja?
Great dance music. Had me bouncing already. Just a perfect production. I mean, okay, I'm without words. That's about how well it goes for this. Awesome job. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you so much.
Well said. Matthias, until the next time, brother. Love you to pieces, man. Ian Piggy's at Novus. One laugh. Thank you, bro. So, coming up next, the co-host of the evening, Miss Katja, Tracy Emk. I don't know how to say her second name, I'll try. From New Mexico. Introduce yourself, Katja. Who is Katja and what's the story behind your song Retrospect?
Me, I'm a producer, I'm a beat maker, a cover artist. I do a little bit of everything. I'm not bound by any genre. I can pretty much play in any kind of music you want. I can definitely come up with something for it. Let's see, Retrospect. This was more of just a fun tune. I was trying to do something more clubby, more really more dance oriented. And I was, again, playing around with my sounds and playing around with effects with the sounds. And this one I did a double up on the track. It just, this is just a fun song, and I had a great time creating it. So hope you all enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making.
Honestly, you're a dark horse. You can do everything. You play all the pianos. You've got the best of guitars. Oh, honestly, she's got 6-string Fender acoustic guitar sitting behind her. She does everything. Catch her in Retrospect in the EDM genre. One love, darling. You're the best. Let's go.
Thank you, my love.
Catcher, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know, it was a very oriental feel, like meditative type of feeling song, just absolutely brilliant, honestly. Let's start with the GD down the bottom. Tim Consley, then Chillix. Oh, Tim, you still there?
Yeah. So, Katja, that song, I agree with Sparky. It reminded me when it first started out, that lead sound was very oriental sounding. But then the drums kicked in. And especially when the drums went to 2 kicks, 2 snares, 2 kicks, 2 snares. That right there was just a warrior kind of sound. And I'm thinking, this song reminds me of a samurai.
Yep.
And but it was awesome. I loved it. You know, I'm not like big into EDM, but I always like your songs. Your songs always make me feel something. And that's what it made me feel today. So great job.
Thank you. Now that 2 kick, 2 snares, that was just a happenstance. I staggered the tracks.
Uh-huh.
So and that's where, you know, some of that echo effect and that came in. But that was just a pure accident. But that was one thing that I really keyed in on with the and I said, okay, it's got to stay right there. And then I worked with it from there.
It was a great accident then.
It was. It
really
was.
good.
Hey, Tim Consley, I thought you didn't like EDM. You've been in here for nearly 3 hours, man. You're just back, bottom of your head away. You know, Chillix, what was your thoughts? Chillix, then Mayrie. I'll get there.
It was like the spirit of what electronic music was back in the days. You know, it's like blend of different styles, different thoughts, and like this oriental thing, but then also this kick snare thing, which is more like a big room kind of echoey kind of effect. Silver Surfer sounds, video game music, right? Tekken. I mean, you said Warrior. I had the same thing, like Tekken or something, you know, like some video game where it would go in the background forever. I really liked it. Great track. The double kick, double snare, I would maybe take it out at some points, bring it back in. For me personally, because I'm this 4/4 kind of construct in my head, listener expectation. But I mean, really, really nice ride. I really was like sitting here and really dreaming and floating away. It was amazing track. Big thumbs up.
Oh, that's such a compliment coming from you. You know, I really, you know, enjoy.
Do you know something, Chillix? You know, some people will take weeks or months to do a song. Catcher will just do that song in like 48 hours or something. So, of course, she could make it better. But the 2 days later, she's writing some piano song or something else. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. But well said. Let's go. Mayrie, then Matt, then Amir.
Katja, your song takes me back to the 80s. I mean, you know, we have different emotions. We listen to a song and we have different emotions. Tim, you have different feelings when you listen to Katja's songs, but it takes me back to the 80s. It takes me back to the movies.
Big hair.
Of the movies of the 80s. The sounds. Even the drum machine. God, it reminds me of a little drum machine that I had from Boss. And some sounds are so similar, and they're really beautiful. And some sounds reminds me the sounds of the X7, maybe because I don't know, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Really nice. I think you should. The track is beautiful. I am sure you should stay on that. Use those sounds and use them again. Because they are really inspiring. Really,
I probably do have another couple of tracks with those same sounds. I tend to make like 2 to 3 of the.
beautiful
thank you.
sounds, and yeah, that kind of Oriental like sound. It's also really
Yeah.
beautiful. But the others, I mean, it's really it creates a really nice atmosphere. Takes me back to the 80s. So
Well said.
Thank
well
you.
Said. Well said. Matt, Amir, VB, then Gil. Then we're on to our final guest, Chillix. So Matt, then Amir.
Yeah, talking going back to the 80s. I mean, this was Miami Vice. This was Miami Vice for me, and Jan Hammer. There were all these elements in there, and I really listened to the bass line. The bass, there were two basses in there. There was like the 16th or 8th note bass, but then there was a really deep roaring bass in there as well. I totally loved that. It came in and came out, and total fit for the song. Totally loved it. And also the way you play with the arpeggiator and put that into the song. I loved it. I mean, it really brought me back to my youth, watching Miami Vice and listening to this early electronics music. And yeah, great song, great vibe. And I keep that on my record for sure.
Oh, well said.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Amir, then VB.
Yeah, well, Tracy, I just want to say, Katja, that I guess now from hearing the song, I don't need my today's ketamine session. So it got me to a point where, I was just so in retrospect that I felt like I already disidentified and disassociated with a lot of my past and regrets, and kind of kept me in the moment, enjoying going with the flow and just saying that, okay, it all makes sense, or it all will make sense soon enough. And I'm not supposed to stress, and I'm just supposed to, feel the best that I can and be the best version of myself. So that's all the messages that I've really been getting through it. And it was really, it was really, really in tune with the mood that, I think we all want to reach.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate all the compliments and all the comments.
Well,
and I'm glad it helped.
He said that like a pure comedian with a straight face there. I'm gonna bypass my ketamine session today. I said that was stand-up comedian shit there, bro. VB and then Gil, then we'll get to our final guest. VB, what was your thoughts there, bro?
Yeah, really good song. What people already said, it's kind of meditating sound, but I really like the sound, the melody of it, and the sound design you use. Indeed, it really fits with the retro style sound. So it's as well a good combination with the name of the title. So yeah, well done.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Well said. Gil Vasa, what was your thoughts there, bro?
Yeah, Katria, it's a very good sound. With, for me also, influence a little 80s, but while remaining current, good vibrations, good spirit of electronic music. I love it.
Thank you. Appreciate.
Well said, well said. So Katja, today I was worried in case you were dead or something, and I'm so happy you made it here. Honestly. But listen, yeah, we love you to bits. Katja, until the next time, dear. But stay on the microphone, because our final guest even is Chillix. Could you introduce yourself, bro, and the story behind your song, Do It Right? But before you do, Katja, could you tell us how you introduced Chillix? You brought Chillix on the show tonight.
Oh, let's see. Chillix and I met on another review show. It must have been about a year and a half ago. And he's been a big influence on my producing and my music in whole. He is an amazing producer, and he has been there to help so many people in that department. I just can't say enough good things about him. Chillix, I'm so glad you came to the show, and I'm so glad you are enjoying the family as much as I do. Yeah, let's hear his latest.
Look at his big smile. So introduce yourself and the story behind your song, Do it right, bro, and then we'll end the night.
So yeah, as Katja said, and thanks for inviting me. It's really a great show. So Do It Right. It's a version where I created an instrumental based around the vocals of a singer that I'm working with, Gabriella Moore. She's more into the soul and hip hop kind of thing. And I always wanted to just take her vocals and do something with it. And then this track happened, and I'm pretty happy with it. And yeah, I can't wait to hear your opinion. It's probably gonna blast some speakers, as Katja said.
It's absolute belter of a song, man. I honestly, when you didn't come at the start, I was sulking out. Chillick's not coming, oh. But then you come. I'm like, thank goodness. So, ladies and gentlemen, final song of the night. Let's go. Enjoy. Pandabi Dozy, just awesome, man. Awesome. Fantastico. Felix, man. Brilliant. Let's go for the EDM heads first. VB, then Matt, First of all, what was your thoughts? VB,
Yeah, really good
VB,
song.
Matt, and then Kurt.
Yeah, really good song. I really like the sounds you choose, the drop, the vibe keeps going. Maybe a tip for the drop. In the sounds you're like building up, but I think if you use like a snare roll or something like maybe for 4 bars or something, then now like the tiny one, it's going like really drop harder. But overall, a good track.
Thank you.
Well said. Matt?
Yeah, what can I say? I mean, the famous Moroder arpeggiator from I Feel Love was in there, obviously. And that thing is always brings it home, right? I mean, it's just like, if you have that in a song, it just, blows the speakers. And I liked it. Yeah, at first I thought, man, it's maybe a little bit lame. But then the arpeggiator came in, and then you just build on top of it, on top of it, on top of it. And great work. I loved it. Thank you.
Well
Thank you
said.
so much.
Kurt?
Let's see, am I unmuted? There we go. But yeah, I like the energy. I like your percussion. Yeah, like he said, I picked up on that I Feel Love bass line. And yeah, I was just curious, like, how many albums do you have and how long you've been doing music?
Actually, I've started making music when FL Studio was called Fruity Loops version 5. So it's been
way back.
No, 1997, 8, something like that. But I started with hip hop.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I've got like 10 releases only since, because I don't really promote my music, because it's more for me, right? It's more for fun.
Can we find it on Spotify?
This one not yet, because I want to keep polishing it. The drop it's always the drop, the drop is my biggest challenge, my biggest problem that I need to work on, and it was sad, right? So yeah, but it will end up on Spotify for sure.
Okay, so the rest of your albums are up there?
Yeah, not enough. I should invest more into actually promoting my music. I just keep producing. I have like 2,500 tracks or something. I don't know.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check out some of your other stuff. Awesome. Thanks.
Awesome, dude. So yeah, Mary, Tim, Katja, then that's been a wonderful, wonderful show.
Really good track. Yeah. We are all Moroder kids. I like the vocals also. They remind me snaps that I like. And snap. And I really like your mood, and it's just lots of energy there, and really like the beat, the percussions. Really like it. I mean, I can imagine your references, and yeah, really well done.
Well said, yeah. Well said. And Tim Consley next, I'd love to just thank Tim for being here all evening. He's just totally dedicated to this family. And I think, I'll be honest, I think if Katja and Mary weren't on tonight, maybe he wouldn't have come. He totally loves these girls. And Tim, what's your thoughts here? You've stayed here for 3 hours, man. What's your thoughts, dude?
Well, that song definitely had tons and tons of energy to it. I mean, if a person ever needed a song to make them get up and dance, that would be it. Not me, because I don't dance. You wouldn't want to see me try, trust me, but it would make a normal person want to get up and dance. So great job, great energy, great flow with it.
Thank you so much, appreciated. Great.
Well said, Ross. Katja, dear, what's your final thoughts of the evening?
Felix, I love everything you do. The buildup on this was awesome. And then you settled in on that with that bass beat and that threaded through it. And then I like your drop. You know, I know you're going to mess with it. I know you're going to, you know, tweak it here, tweak it there, but you know, it really, it worked out well. You are a true EDM artist, and you're ready for clubs. You're ready for raves. You know, you're ready.
Thanks. Actually, I had my first set with only my own music some months ago, and they didn't let me go for 3.5 hours. So it was actually happening.
Well, why did you invite me?
It was in Slovakia or something, you know.
Oh, well.
Gotcha.
We're going to have to get together here soon.
Chillix, welcome to the 1010 EDM show. Till the next time, brother. Right, we'll have you back for sure. One love.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So this is the end of the show. I just want to say good.